Hey guys, Bree Crazy Bates here. So, we just made this whole deal with Perrault that he would run away with us after the ball. So now we just have to get through the ball and then run away with Perrault. So we'll see. We'll see what happens as we get up to that time. Alright, let's jump back into this. It looks like Carmosa is still out. Good. I was honestly afraid I wouldn't be able to get back on time, or worse, stumble upon them on the way home. Nobody should have to come home hoping to find all the people gone, praying to be left alone. Fortunately, with some luck, it's the last time I feel like this. Tomorrow, everything's going to change, one way or the other. I'm going to miss this house. Its walls hold many memories very dear to me. Mother's smile, father's stories. It's funny, I hate Carmosa, but deep inside I hope she's going to be successful with her plans. I want to believe this place won't fall apart after I'm gone. I wonder what I'm replacing this life with. It might be a dream come true. It might also be a nightmare, but all I've got to lose are memories. Although, I think I am going to miss my sisters. Who would have thought? After all, we are all creatures of habit. It's like throwing away shoes that chafed, but were very familiar. One would hesitate, right? It wasn't always easy, but I've grown attached to them. Somehow. I do hope they'll be fine. Alright, enough of this. I need to go into my room and stay there as usual. When Carmosa comes back, I need to look like nothing is going on. Oh, here we go. The garden looks odd in this moonlight, this pale moonlight. Everything is set for the ball, but there's no living soul here except for me. It seems so unreal. Just a few hours ago, it was full of servants carefully setting every little piece of decoration. Now it's deserted as the preparations come to an end. Only the wind does not hesitate to run freely and ruffle everything. It's like a monster. I have to say, it feels unusual tonight, like a charge about to go off during a storm. This tension in the air almost feels tangible. Our court jester used to greet people, "May you live in boring times." This feels like the grim opposite. Almost like an omen of things to come, a sign of a storm closing in. Interesting times. I wonder whether this has any chance of success. Can I commit to change and make it happen? Is this even possible? I've read the philosophers, but never seen it come true. Books and idealistic theories are one thing, but people tend to resist change, even change for the better. Father didn't make it any easier for me either. He was a good ruler, and he's remembered very fondly. Anything I'll do will be seen as betraying his legacy. It would be easier if he had been a bloodthirsty tyrant. It feels like a storm is coming indeed. Even if I succeed, history may remember me as a renegade. And will any woman stand by me through this? Is this ball the best way to look for such a person? In the absence of better ideas or better judgment, I have made my decision, the best I could. Now all there is to do is see things through, and hope. The weather tonight really doesn't feel right. All the dogs in the kennels act as if possessed. I should get back to the palace. Let's hope for an interesting ball night and boring times. Interesting. Sophia! I'm glad I could finally take off that damn dress. It's badly done, badly cut, tight as hell, and looks ridiculous. No corrections are going to change it. That little old man called himself a tailor. What a joke. I bet I could do a better job sewing a suit for him. Oh, I'd trim his waist good, cut his trousers tight in all the right places. This little fellow would be even smaller by the time I was done. This whole situation is stupid. No matter how tight and tasteless our dresses are, they won't make any of us a princess. Gloria, weren't you supposed to be in the garden? I was, but the weather turned bad so suddenly. I've never seen the weather change so quickly. Oh, my big, mature sister got all spooked by a big bad cloud? Don't be ridiculous, Sophia. I'm not in the mood for this. Maybe you would like to get all soaked in the rain and look miserable, but I surely don't. Well, I don't see a single drop of rain outside. Neither can I. Strange. I swear I could see flashes between the clouds. Are you practicing talking about the weather before the ball? Because it's not working. You're still boring. No, but I can see you're already sharpening your tongue. The prince will surely appreciate your wits. And how is your dress, Sophia? By all things held dear and holy, by all the naive people in this world, I swear if you ask me this question one more time, you'll feel my pain. The reason I repeated the question so many times today was in hope that it would stretch a little over time. Oh, well, it didn't stretch an inch. The tailor did a good job there. When I wear it, I feel like a properly packaged piece of work. Why didn't you tell Mother then? When we were at the tailor's, he could have applied further corrections. Because her loving motherly eyes told me, one more complaint and you're dead, girl. Your choice of words is poor as usual, but I agree with your sentiment. Mine is still much too tight as well. I've always found it astonishing how my pain tends to trigger such immediate joy in your little black heart. No, it's not that. I mean, you're right about the joy part, but something else made me laugh. Do tell me. I'm sure it's going to be utterly enlightening. Well, tell me. Aren't these dresses a wonderful metaphor for our lives? I fail to see it, I'm afraid. We're trying to fit into clothes like someone else made for us this whole time. Which someone else made for us this whole time, or rather, for the image of us in that someone's head. I bet they're a perfect fit for those phantasms inside Mother's mind, disciplined and pretty as dolls. Stop it. Your bitterness is getting tiring. And stop being so childish, it's only a dress. A lady must learn how to walk, talk, and even smile if the corset is a bit tight. You know that Mother is only trying to teach us how to behave properly in society. She had to endure far more than a tight dress to get us where we are right now. Oh yes, the sacrifices she makes to make us shine during the grand ball. I like Sophia's point of view on this. I like the idea that she's just thinks that maybe they're trying to fit into these molds that they really don't have to. Which is really true. Very much. Gloria more so than Sophia, I would say. But it is. Sorry, my voice is a bit acting up today. Your cynicism gives you little credit. You know very well that this is important to her. Perhaps it is. But tell me this, sister. Is it important for us? Great question, because it's not. Oh, now we're seeing Carmosa. Finally, the day is over. Both dresses fit, everything's in place, and even that incompetent tailor agreed to lower the price. All things considered, it all went better than expected. It's a shame the girls don't really realize how important this is for them. I have a text message. Nor do they appreciate how much effort it takes to prepare two young ladies to make their debut in court. Especially if nobody cared to invite them. They're not even aware of what that means for women their age. By nobility standards, they're getting old and must be introduced soon if they are ever to find a husband. And without a husband, they may as well lock themselves up in this house and wait for old age to come and relieve them of their miserable lives. I hope they'll grow up soon and open those naive eyes to the ways of the world, the way the world works around them. It's either that or they will end up alone in some dark and empty room, forgotten and hated by everyone. Thank heavens for the night. If nothing else, it's easier to hide oneself in the dark from the gaze of others. If no one wants to see it, it isn't happening. That's the way people work. And I learned that lesson the hard way. Is that a storm coming over the horizon? It's one of those strange cold ones. Without rain. I think I remember a storm like this many years ago. The night when she died. Did I screw up and I'm gonna die? Oh God, no. It's no good to think about things like that before I go to sleep. It's late and the weather's turning bad. I better close the window before the storm comes. Something isn't right here. I feel like something bad's going to happen. Thank goodness it's dawn already. I haven't slept for the entirety of the night. How could I? I feel like there's a dozen especially vicious, poisonous butterflies having a grand fall of their own in my stomach. Poisonous butterflies, that's a good one, Cinders. Lack of sleep will surely make you very eloquent this evening. Still, if things do go according to I can't talk today. Still, if things do go according to the plan, this has just been my last night spent as a slave in my own house. I can hear Carmosa's voice. Is she mustering the rolls again? Her private little army of 2. Well, whatever training she gives them, nothing will prepare them for this evening. Oh my, won't they be surprised? As will be Carmosa. The all-powerful, all-knowing lady will be caught at a loss tonight. I think I should sneak out right after they leave the house if I'm going to get dressed before it all starts. So hurry up, please. I like how I'm like I actually care about them now, but I'm so dead set on the plate of pearls. 6 additional guards in the main hall. That makes 65, and 2 dressed up as guests following the prince discreetly. At least that much good has come from the mask everyone will be wearing. Guards can be disguised and mix in with the crowd. Of course, every assassin, vagabond, and other villain opposing the rule of the prince will be dressed as guests as well. This is going to be a long night. The security is quite tight, but during a masked ball, the chance of an unwanted person squeezing in is far too high for my liking. I guess I'll have to follow the prince closely, contrary to what His Highness believes. I think a proper guard presence is needed at this event. On the other hand, I am being let go, so why do I care? The prince is determined that this is the age of politics and plots, not war. Information instead of steel. I wonder how well that will work. Somehow, I don't think people change that quickly or willingly. Someone assaults the future king with a hidden blade, but then suddenly the ruler yells, "What the capital of the lands of the mist?" Well, and the attacker folds. But fair enough, I have decided not to adapt, so I'm staying behind. And with my inadequate methods, I shall protect the prince one last time. Then come what may. My attachment to the code, to honor, and to the crown is also a thing of the past. Inadequate. Then again, if I am to leave a lifelong goal to travel with the girl I have just met, the world truly is changing beyond recognition. But in order to be able to leave, I need to do this last thing right. Protect the prince and uphold the peace for myself. It may be guilt that compels me to do it, or old habit, mixed with some melancholy, perhaps, but this ball will be my farewell to duty and the crown. So I'm going to do my best. I think the stairs need to be double-checked. He kind of looks happy about it, but he also kind of looks sad about it. I almost feel bad, like I kind of forced... Oh, Madam Kay. Well, look who finally got out of Carmosa's reach and managed to come. I'm so sorry. The sisters kept calling me and wrinkled their noses and demanding adjustments to everything. Their hairdos, the way their shawls are draped, and dresses pressed. And now it's so late, I won't make it in time. How could I have missed my chance? They didn't even notice, but they ruined... Calm down, girl, you'll be fine. But it's so late, and the ball has almost started already, and... You're just nervous. And that is fine. There's a big night ahead of you, but trust me. You will get your chance to dazzle everyone. You're right. Maybe I'm panicking a bit. Good thing you didn't see me when I was running over here like crazy. Actually, if you want to make an entrance, cause a stir, and get envious looks, you ought to come fashionably late. This way you'll be noticed from the start. Good point. But I guess it's understandable I'm nervous like that. I think every girl your age has a right to flaunt her emotions to the world every once in a while. But thank the spirits it hasn't come to that yet. That it hasn't come to that. Yes, thank you. So, what do I do? Let's start with a dress. You can't go to the ball without one. I'm glad we agree. I mean, technically you could go with that one. You definitely get everyone's attention then. But somehow I think that's not what you had in mind. I'd prefer not to, if you don't mind. May I see it? The dress is prepared for you along with everything else in the wardrobe. That's the room on the left there. I'll wait here. Let me just get the lights. Oh my, this is raunchy. Almost explicit, I would say. Didn't you want to be noticed? That dress should help a lot. Try it on. It's amazing, and it fits like a glove. Thank you. Told you. And you're welcome. The shoes are a bit too small, though. And they have a stiff high heel. Dancing in these will be a challenge. You'll manage. This kind of beauty is not achieved through comfort. It is usually bought with a little pain. In any case, this is just for one night, so simply grin and bear it. You should hurry now. I didn't mean to be ungrateful. The whole outfit looks wonderful, but how will I get inside? One of the cooks agreed to let you in. I cured his wife last winter, so he has a debt to pay. He'll sneak you in safely. Great, thank you. Is there anything else I should know before I go? Just enjoy this. Relish the moment. I believe we make our own fate, so good luck. Make the best of it. Thank you. You have done something truly amazing for me. I won't forget it. Alright, this is turning out to be an interesting evening. I think we should be able to get all the way through to the end of the game today. How did I not see this before? They're so used to wearing masks all the time, today's dress code changes nothing. All it did was bring out their mastery in masquerading. Isn't this what you have chosen to support, sire? A monarch is one to set the tone for his country. Didn't you want the land to become a political arena? Politics instead of war, yes, but this game of appearances disgusts me as much as it disgusts you. Politics is for the sake of progress and people. That is what I think is best for this country, not this. But I know that you don't condone this, do you? When the ways of our forefathers are changed, honor disregarded, and rules made gray and flexible, this is what happens. A world where the two-faced win. That is not entirely true. What should happen is that the people will be given voice and empowered. It may have some disadvantages, but it is still the future. Maybe it is, but I wouldn't trust people enough to let them rule. If you want honesty and righteousness, you need black and white rules and a stable set of values behind them. Yes, but we need a land of prosperity too, and I don't mean material prosperity alone. I want a land of as much joy as is reasonably possible in my realm. It's a worthy goal, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. I do understand your reluctance to practice politics, however, and I appreciate your honesty. You have the right to be doubtful. Curiously enough, to set people free, you need some level of deceit, hypocrisy, and gossip. If you say so, sire. See, it even rubbed off on you a little, my friend. But right now I have to play along, deal with this lot, and choose a wife from among them. Frankly, I don't see any good candidates on the horizon. What do you think I should do? I could use your advice on how to proceed. I wouldn't even begin to imagine how one might approach this situation. Please just tell me what you think. I think that you were overthinking it, my lord. Maybe just try to blend in and go with the flow of things. So you were saying I should stop staying outside observing and judging women who came here? Well, that isn't exactly what I said. But you are right. If I am to learn the true natures of the ladies that are here, I need to give them a chance. So for now, I'm going to stop judging and reach out. Thank you, friend. Okay. Oh, it's the sisters. The dresses aren't the worst, but they're not the best either. Carmos's is pretty cool, actually. This is the chance to rise up in the world. Each of you can become so much more than impoverished nobility. You'd be royalty. You do want that, don't you? I am really not so certain. Of course we do. This isn't the attitude that will win you a better life. If you don't commit to it and ignore the rest, you'll lose. We are committed. We really are. It's just not easy, Mother. But we'll try. My dear Gloria, nothing in the world that is worth striving for is easy. You need to fight for a better life, endure hardships, discomfort, and sacrifices. This is your chance. If you play it right, you won't have to worry about any of those ever again. Do you understand what it means? Now smarten yourself up, girls. Do something about that cringe, Sophia, and you, Gloria, adjust that coffer. Good. They have the same necklace. I just noticed that. And pretty much the same, they all three have, like, pretty much the same style mask, just in different colors. But what for? Not that I can't endure pain and hardships, Mother. You've made sure we both can, but what's the purpose? He won't choose us anyhow. Now, you have to do this if you want to survive and go up. If you commit and do your best, you do have a chance. What did you think? That ending up with some smaller nobility or a soldier is an option for my daughters? Only idiots aim low. We will do everything we talked about yesterday, and we will try to charm the prince. I'm not sure that I can do that, but I'll try. I didn't raise you two to be unable to gain influence over a single man. You were young, pretty, you were women. Use your wits and instincts. And if that fails you, Gloria, as we all know it will, you can always flaunt your cleavage. Well then. But won't that come across as very unladylike? What would people think? There are many ways to entice a man. Your beauty will help you in that, so do not be ashamed of it. Use it if necessary. These dresses cost me a fortune and more than a single white hair. But they should draw some stares. Now let's make sure you get the chance to use your feminine wiles. Each of you will go get the prince's attention, introduce yourself, and get invited to a dance. How do we get invited? Are we to invite the prince ourselves? Just hit at it subtly. Or heavily, but then remember about the cleavage. Shut up, Sophia. I'm trying to understand what to do as best I can. You never understood the idea, did you, sister? Quiet. There are more important things than bickering right now. Focus, you two. You both look astounding. And I'm sure you'll do fine. You are my daughters, after all. Sophia, she's like, nope. Gloria's, they're both stunned. Gloria, you go first, then Sophia. Remember, stand up straight and smile at all times. And when you dance, every other parade brush against him accidentally. Pirouette. Good luck, sister. You're going to need it, you know. I wonder how this will go. Don't listen to her. Just go. Let's see how this goes. Back to the prince. Very well. So, I'm going to keep an open mind. Do you have any other advice? No. However, there is a very pretty young lady standing over there and gazing your way, my prince. Most of them are, as if this was some sort of contest with the kingdom and palace as the main prize. Well, there are many candidates gathered together for one event, and one of them will be chosen to become rich and influential. If not a contest with the kingdom as a prize, how would you describe it, my prince? Good point, my friend. Alright, let's try to select a wise queen and a good companion for the years to come. That young lady really looks absolutely astounding. She has this dignified air about her. Please excuse me, friend. Good luck, my lord. Let's see how this turns out. Good evening, mysterious beauty. How are you enjoying yourself? Thank you, Your Highness. This ball is amazing. Everyone's excited to be here, as am I. Please, stand up. Oh, I'm sure they are. Half of them because they're rooting for their hidden agenda to take effect tonight. But how can I blame them? But I am certain every court member wishes both you and the land the best. Oh, please excuse my bluntness, but you do seem to genuinely think this is true. What was your impression when you talked to them? I haven't talked to many of the guest prince, but I honestly believe they have the kingdom's interest at heart, even if it doesn't show. Fine, have you tasted the food? We brought spices from eastern lands, especially for this occasion. I am sure it's excellent, my lord. It looks like pieces of art. The smell is delicious. Are you sure? Would you like to try those? These small sweet rolls are a particular pride of our cooks. They're called soffins, and baking them includes the help of an alchemist. That sounds fascinating, Your Highness. It is. That is why the taste is undescribable. It's neither sweet nor sour nor salty or bitter, and unlike anything known to nature, alchemically magical. Have some. Thank you, Your Grace, but a lady should watch her figure. Surely a woman of your beauty doesn't need to worry about such things. You look as delicate as the morning breeze. Oh god, this is going great. You are too kind, Your Highness. Are you sure? Thank you, Your Highness. Maybe just a little bite. Oh, you don't need to know me, Your Highness. I don't attach that much value to formalities. And after all, I'm not a king yet. Oh, I'm so sorry for the mistake, Your Highness. I didn't mean to imply. I'm truly sorry. That's nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, I won't mention it again. If that's what you mean. I'm sorry. This is going great. It's fine. Just please relax. I get the feeling you were very tense. Can we just chat casually? Of course, my prince. What would you like to chat about? How do you like the music? The music is heavenly, my prince. Oh, this is going great. You really do think so? Why? I don't know much about music, but this seems like an excellent choice, my prince. Dear Lord, do you not have an opinion of your own? Well, then maybe let's talk about things that interest you. Why don't you choose the topic? I don't know what you like and what interests you, Your Grace. Oh my, I did it again. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It will not happen again. Oh, don't bother anymore. Don't worry. Sorry, Your Highness. Your Highness isn't pleased. I don't mean to upset you, my prince. I truly didn't. Somehow I wish you did. Please excuse me, my lady. Of course, my prince. I hope you enjoy your evening. This is going to be a long night. Well, that went swimmingly for Gloria. Gloria, you're back. So soon. Did the prince fail to meet your standards, and you had to fend off all his attention and admiration? Did you dismiss him and take your leave? No. You're awfully quiet. What happened then? I know. You used up all your eloquence on the prince. I'm sure he was really impressed. That's probably why he ran off so fast. He was too intimidated to stay in the presence of such perfection. And I'm glad you gave me this opportunity to point out again how great an example you are for me. Please enlighten me as to what the key pillars to your... Will you shut up already? Enough. If there ever was a time when I expected you two to focus, this is it. Sophia, stop at these pointless remarks. Want to show your sister? Then go and prove you can do what she failed at. I never said I could. I'm not sure whether... Oh, really? Not so sure of yourself suddenly? Stop whining. Stand up straight. Keep your chest forward. Maybe for once your silly books will have their use. I heard the prince reads a lot. He does. What does he read? I don't know and I don't care. Just try to use it to your advantage. If it doesn't work, you're not as pretty as your sister, so just flatter him a lot. You can do it. Dear Lord! Right, I'm sure he's not used to that. Is there anything else you would like to add to this conversation, Sophia? If not, then I suggest you go and charm the prince. And what about Gloria? Your sister and I are going to have a little chat while you are gone. You concentrate on the prince. Be seductive. Go. I'll miss your pleasant chat with Mother Gloria. And I was so hoping for a good show. Just go. Let's see how Sophia does. I feel like she could be highly interesting. Good evening, Your Grace. Oh, I do hope I used the right style. Good evening, my lady. It is one of the conventional titles used when addressing kings, so no, not really. At least, not yet. Oops, looks like I blew it already. I wouldn't worry about that. I never understood all this subtleties myself, nor cared for them, for that matter. It must be really lucky, then, since I don't care much for titles myself. Never seen the purpose. You do not. Quite a rare trait for a daughter of a noble house. And, much more importantly, daughter of a powerful and ambitious lady. Don't forget about women in their agendas, Your Highness. They tend to be pretty hard to overlook anyway. Oh, is that so? Oh yes, quite an overbearing character, that mother of ours. She even made us wear these dresses, you see. Have you ever worn a corset this tight, my prince? No, I've never had the opportunity. Oh, neither had I until today. But it doesn't really matter, because we all have our roles to play and tasks to fulfill. After all, a single night can change the fate of many. Whole families, great houses, dynasties, etc. I can see you're quite upset, my lady. I'm only the younger daughter, and my mother wasn't born into ladyship, so it's second-hand nobility you're speaking to. You don't have to lady me, my prince. Alright, if you say so. So are you here because your mother asked you to come against your will? Yes, that's exactly why I'm here, because I'm a good girl who's willing to play her part. In that case, would you believe that I said the reason why I'm here is not that different from yours? I guess you could call it a family obligation. Yes, although my oppressive parent is here in spirit alone, his legacy is omnipresent, his influence palpable. I thought the wine tasted funny. You don't have to play that shocked look on me. If you're anything like me, and your father was even slightly similar to my mother, a joke like that won't make you blink. You're right. Having spent all my life among people trained to keep up appearances, I picked up all the conventional reflexes. Like acting shocked when someone makes a joke about your dead parent, even though everyone knows he wasn't a good father as he was a king. I feel lucky already. At least nobody ever forced me into a mold of politeness. I shudder at the thought of someone trying. Such a silly concept, this politeness. Lying to each other in the name of good manners, as if honesty was a vice. You are a very original young woman, you know that? Isn't original one of those categories physicians use when they lock you up in an asylum? Technically, I think it's innovative. And I'm serious. I'm glad you're here. I would love to get to know you better. The correct response here would be to say, thank you, Your Highness, and maybe blush a little, yes? Well, I'm not good at blushing on demand. Don't get me wrong, my friends. You seem much nicer than I expected. But I didn't come here because I wanted to have a chat with you. I'm here because my mother has serious control issues and wants me to play a role she scripted for me. Probably before I was even born. Not very entertaining role, mind you. And as for my sister, well, alright, that actually is the pleasant part. I just wanted to show her that I can do it better without even trying. And I can't care less about grown-ups sitting in ridiculous chairs wearing funny hats made of metal, frankly. It all seems very silly to me. Well, you've made your point very clear, so what now? Now, if you were a normal man, I would gladly invite you to our residence, show you how our lovely family operates, get to know you better, but alas, you are not. Therefore, it is the perfect time to go back home and get this cursed thing off my waist. Whoever invented this must have been really innovative. Good night. Have a nice ball and everything. I'm out of here. What the... Heavens, this ball is turning into a madhouse rather rapidly. Too bad, though. This one I started to like. Alright, I am almost there, and all ready. Time to make my grand entrance. Let's see how this goes. To the palace. Oh, if you heard that, that was my ankle. A complete and utter disaster. You have no idea how much this will cost our family. You had a chance to secure the future for yourselves. And for your children and their children. You will be very lucky to find a single man in the kingdom willing to court you after the display you gave tonight. And good riddance. What did you say? Mother, look, there's some commotion in the ballroom. I think someone important has arrived. Indeed. Whoever it is, they can afford to be late, so I'm guessing it really has to be someone important. Let's do this. Everyone has gone silent. What is going on? It looks like we have a latecomer, and an interesting one at that. That is a mighty fine dress. Wait, is that... I think I know her. I don't applaud her lack of punctuality, but she certainly knows how to make an entrance. I wonder who she might be. I don't think punctuality is among the top qualities expected from a future queen. What about stunning looks? Not a prerequisite, but then again, neither is courage, and this one clearly has plenty of both. Watch out, my prince, she is coming. Good evening, your highness, and you too, captain. Good evening, my lady. Now, if you'll please excuse me, my prince. Perrault, don't leave me! Perrault! I want to dance with Perrault. Good evening, my lady. I have noticed you only just arrived. Even those who care little for appearances must accept the fact that people still judge others by their looks. That's why proper preparations have to take time. And if I may judge, the outcome is positively stunning. Flattery is a very pleasant way of showing others we want something from them. So what is it you want in this situation, my prince? Is it an obedient wife, a wise consort, or just someone to keep you warm at night? Don't get me wrong, your highness. I do empathize with your complicated situation and understand you have a wife to be crowned. I can see you don't hold social conversations in high regard. That is quite an accurate description of my predicament, though. And yet, understanding this, you are here. Don't tell me this is to taste wine from the royal cellars. Frankly, there is more than one reason. The wine, the food, not to mention company. I won't deny I find power interesting, especially after hearing all the rumors. Oh, so there's a spark of curiosity behind that cold, inquisitive look. There's nothing more natural than being attracted to power, my lady. I didn't say I was attracted to it. I merely stated that I find it, and those who wield it, intriguing. For example, what kind of person does one have to be a good ruler? A sound philosophical question, worthy of the author of The Duke. And what are your views on the matter? Although her approach may at times be cynical and overly instrumental, I believe that Olivia Malik, probably said that wrong, managed to describe power in its actual rather than ideal form. An independent judgment from a well-read lady. How very refreshing. I almost regret the fact that such a fine scholar as Lady Malik does not hail from our kingdom. Perhaps I am simply blind to the treasures of our realm. The fact that some women do in fact receive education even in this backwater land. You speak harshly about your own kingdom, my prince. Criticism may be the only weapon of the powerless, but you are hardly without power, are you not? To be honest, honest, I am pretty powerless. Being a prince mostly entitles me to living in more comfortable quarters than, say, the town's innkeeper. But I don't get even a fraction of his power. But assuming I were king already, what would you have me do, my lady? What changes would satisfy subtle tastes of a learned modern woman such as yourself? I might have read a few books, but I am not a politician. I can speak generally of injustices that require mending or errors which need to be corrected. I believe the kingdom would benefit from reforms and a more modern style of government. Isn't that a polite way of saying that monarchy is obsolete? Not necessarily. An enlightened ruler may balance nobility and freedom with stability and tradition. As long as he keeps those who could threaten him either too satisfied or too afraid to rise up against him. Against him or her, I would add. Yes, gender plays no role in such matters. At least here, we have some equity. I must admit, you are an intriguing woman, my lady, very different from the rest of the people who came here today. They don't seem to be even slightly bothered by the mask they have to wear. I wonder if it's because they wear them every single day as well. But you are different. You may be wearing a mask, but you speak to me plainly and honestly, risking being misunderstood or simply rejected. I can appreciate that, even if you did leave me a bit flabbergasted. You judge me very quickly, Prince. It could be many things. I could be many things, none of which I appear at this moment. During the last few days, I've learned that people are as complex as their motivations and agendas. And more importantly, we are all products of circumstances and surroundings. It would be easier to simply summarize others at first glance, have their actions justified with a simple because, but it would be false as they can never really grasp what is inside them. I must admit I find the dictum terrifying, that all of us are merely actors on some stage set out for us. Be it others or fate, being determined by things we can't control is frightening. I know it all too well. You speak of your family. I am. It isn't a light story, Your Highness. Definitely not a topic for polite and charming conversation to make the time pass more pleasantly. I would like to hear about it, nevertheless. If I am not asking for too much, please tell me about your family, my lady. How could I refuse you, my prince? Well, my mother died in labor, bringing me into the world. My father eventually remarried a woman who already had 2 daughters. He died soon after that, so now I live with a stepmother and her 2 daughters. That is very strange. I have not heard of a noble house with 3 daughters and no father. I recall family with a widow with 2 daughters, though. How is it possible, my lady? Stepmother doesn't see me as one of her daughters. She allows me to stay in her house under one condition. I am a servant for bed and board. Those who are familiar with the family know of my existence. As for others, I wouldn't be surprised if she told everyone she had 2 daughters, and that is that. That's unbelievable. I did warn you about this topic. It isn't very entertaining. No, I'm glad you told me about this. It showed me how ignorant I still am, and how little I know about my own realm. Well, in that case, I'm glad you asked me about my life. Look at me babbling like a lunatic. You must wonder whatever happened to royal manners. I've wished you to speak about things which you must find painful during the ball. We were supposed to be taking our mind off of unpleasant things. Please allow me to make amends. Would you do me the honor? Oh, I'm not really a dancer. Don't worry, my lady, I will show you. Alright, maybe I can learn something from you as well, my prince. Is this alright? You're doing fine, my lady. You should be dancing with Peralt. This isn't as difficult as I expected. Not that I had expected to be dancing with you, my prince. And yet, here we are. It feels very natural, too. Who knows? Maybe it was fate that brought the 2 of us together. Fate? And what is that really brought me here? And what is it that really brought me here tonight? Do you truly believe it was some mystical force? I can imagine getting here must have been difficult for you, considering your situation. To put it mildly, yes, but I wouldn't call it fate, my prince. To the contrary, if it was up to fate, I'd be cleaning the dishes this very moment. No, your highness, the only reason I'm here is because I do not believe in any force other than my own ability to influence the world around me. I choose to shape my life in any way that I can and take responsibility for the consequences of my actions. Having it any other way is cowardice. A commendable attitude, my lady. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, my lady. Luck or not, I am glad as well. Very glad to be here with you, Prince. Have I complimented your eyes already? Strange, I can't seem to remember. Neither can I. Let's assume you haven't. I can't get enough of looking into them. They have these amazing dancing sparks inside them. They suit you more than well. They speak of wit and intelligence. Now, I'm sure you haven't complimented my eyes as this to continue. What else do you find attractive? I will then. I adore watching your lips as well. They move so gracefully when you speak, as if conveying a promise. And what promise have you read from them? I dare not say. Let's move on. Your neck. Skip the neck, Prince. What about my chest? Whoa, getting raunchy here. Chest is not the word I'd use. And what word would you prefer? I think we should get to know each other better before we switch to more colloquial vernacular. I'd love to get to know you better, my lady. You will have your chance, Prince, if you're persistent enough and constant in your ambition. But we tend to undervalue things we achieved effortlessly. Let me give you an obstacle, my prince. You may thank me later. You really are incredible, my lady. And you wouldn't have it any other way, my lord. Good night, and thank you for this unforgettable evening. Wait, why is Lady Carmosa saying mother? Is that I'm gonna assume it's that one. Mother, is that? Well, I'll be. Cinders? Carmosa, girls, are you enjoying the ball? I certainly am. Brazen little brat! How dare you show off in front of the prince like some harlot and steal his attention from my daughters? Oh, really? Because the girls were doing so well on their own. You know, I think it's always easier to be charming and make a good impression on people when you're relaxed and confident about what you're doing. I came here out of my own will, Carmosa, while your daughters only came because they either fear or don't want to disappoint you. You little... They came because they know it's important. They came because you put the weight of your sick ambition on their shoulders and whipped them to make them go faster. The fact that you can't see your mistakes makes your failure all the more tragic. Perhaps I was mistaken. Cinders, you were really amazing. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Thanks. So what are you going to do now? Got any more surprises for the evening? If you do, then please warn us in advance, or someone may have a heart attack. Surprises? What do you expect me to do? I'll just head back home. I got what I wanted, right? Besides, these shoes are killing me. What are they even made of? Blasted things. It's the left one that almost cut my skin. Let's see if I can send you flying over that wall, shall we? There. And stay there. I'll be going now. Take care, ladies. And there she went. Well, I'd say this has been an entertaining and a very educational experience. What do you think, Gloria? Yes, I think I did learn something about myself. All of us, actually. Would you agree, Mother? Mistake. She is regretting all her life choices. Looks like someone has been just hit with a revelation. Too bad it wasn't sooner. Good evening, Lady Carmosa. Ladies, I'm looking for Cinders. Do you know where I could find her? My lady? Cinders is not here, Captain. Could you tell us why you were looking for her? Royal orders. The prince would like to have a word with her. Cinders has just left, Captain. She seemed to be in a hurry, too, as if trying to get back home before midnight. Funny, since Mother isn't there, and she wasn't supposed to be here at all. It isn't like she needs to make it back before curfew or anything. If that lovely dress was as terrible as her shoes, maybe she just wanted to get back home and take it off as soon as possible. Her shoes. Yes, slippers. Very original design, too. She said they were awfully uncomfortable and then threw one over the wall. The other is still here on the ground. Slippers. Peralta's having some form of a revelation. Alright. We're towards the end of the game. Let us see how it ends. I still can't believe she did it. I would never suspect. Of course, because everyone's as dim-witted as you are, and never does anything out of the ordinary or unexpected. Oh yes, I'm sure you were able to foresee this precisely as it happened. Did you see it in tea leaves or read it in a children's book one afternoon while avoiding work and being useless as usual? I did entertain the thought she might do something like this, if you must know. But believe what you want. I don't care. I too suspected she might do something unthinkable. She was so secretive and compliant at times. I suppose it could point to an inevitable explosion. I just didn't expect she had it in her. Gloria, please. Sometimes you sound like a cliché villain from a bad romance novel. Of course, if something wasn't twisted, weird, or shocking, you won't consider it honest. Not everyone is like you, Sophia. I know not everyone is. You're not. Though you try hard to be like Mother, enacting the same role no matter the situation, predictable, boring, and stupid. But you are not Carmosa, remember? You do not lead, you mindlessly follow, and it shows. Shut up, you... Open up. Open up in the name of the prince. It's him. Why did he have to come? In the middle of the night? Will the wonders never cease? I guess this night of change is not over yet. Just as your ridiculous cliché impersonations. There is no time for this, though I'm sure Mother will deal with you later. I'll go summon her. I have a Skype message. You do that. Open up. I won't repeat myself. Mother. Sophia, don't stand like that. Open the door. Let this noisy man in. Yes, Mother. Ah, Captain, what brings you here at this time of night? Spare me the false pleasantries. You know why I'm here. Where is she? Very well. Sophia, get Cinders here right away. Yes, Mother. Be quick about it, child. Captain, would you fancy some wine while we wait for my lazy stepdaughter? Don't push it. You know this is not a courtesy visit. Gonna run away with Peralta. I'm afraid a lot is going to change here tonight. I brought Cinders. Good evening, Captain. I'm surprised to see you here. It shouldn't be. Were you present at the grand ball tonight? Now answer me honestly. Cinders, I have a text message. Yes, I was, Captain. But I'm afraid I must arrest you. What? What for? Bloody... I can't believe it. But why? She did nothing wrong. Attendance without a proper formal invitation is a serious breach in security, and is considered an action endangering the prince. Well, attendance without a genuine invitation. Cinders, how could you have done such a thing? But I haven't done anything to endanger the prince. Surely you must take that into consideration when you decide my case. I don't know what your reasons were, but that is to come out during questioning. Royal justice has never been known for a soft approach to traitors, my dear. Lady Carmosa, please refrain from commenting. I would like to make this as easy as possible for everyone. Very well. Girls, let this man do his duty. I wasn't saying anything, you old hag. But Cinders, why did you do it? Breaking the law doesn't sound quite like you. I guess it's too late to wonder about that now, isn't it, Captain? I never could quite understand her, now she has simply crossed the line. If you must take her, take her. Know that this house respects the royal law. Cinders, I'm going to arrest you now. Don't do anything stupid. I'll escort you from here and make sure everything is as it should be. You'll be fine, I promise. You're very kind, Captain, but there's no need for that. She's accustomed to hard treatment, so she'll manage. And let us not forget, she did endanger the prince. Yes, I can see what one may or may not be accustomed to here. Would anyone else like to try to tell me how to do my job? Cinders, are you ready? How can I be ready for my own arrest? But yes, do what you must. I get the feeling you might be the lucky one, Cinders, actually breaking free from all this family business. If the guard asks you whether you're ready to be arrested, I want to trade places with you. Sophia! Can we go now, Captain? In the name of the prince, I am arresting you. Now follow me. Good night, ladies. Captain. What's going to happen to her? It was so rash of her to break the law. Gloria, you are officially a cliché idiot. Besides, wasn't all that unusual? Sophia knows what's up. Sophia knows something is up. But what do you think, my dear Captain? Was I convincing enough? You were perfect, Cinders. That was quite a performance. That's good to hear. I was improvising. You caught me by surprise, you know. How about cueing me next time you plan to put my acting skills to a test? For a moment there, I was actually wondering whether you had really come to arrest me. There wasn't much time to come up with a better plan. I was improvising myself. However, seeing how well you coped, I'd say it was for the better. Not that it matters. I informed His Royal Highness about my decision to quit the service, and Carmosa shouldn't suspect anything for at least for a while. I reckon it should give us enough of an advantage to get far away from here. And we're on the run. I won't lie. I'm a bit nervous. Are you? Yes, I am, but about a different thing altogether. Escaping is only the beginning. I'm wondering about how our life will look afterwards. I know we talked about it, but it's different from actually standing here looking at the road, wondering what lies ahead. Does it really matter? All I care about is the fact that we're out of the cursed prison we were kept in all our lives, and free to roam as we please. Aren't you excited? Think about it. The world's wide open before us. No one will be commanding us anymore. No one will force you to do something you don't want to do. No more commands and compromises? I like how that sounds. People abuse and coerce one another all the time, but only some are able to escape the roles they were given and write their own scripts. You have a way with words. No doubt about that, but I can't fool myself. I'll miss parts of my old life in the palace, my service, my prince. I can't simply forget about them, even if it was all a masquerade hiding an empty life of servitude and loneliness. You won't have to be alone anymore. Yes, there's that. I meant to speak with you about that, about us. I'd like to know where I stand when it comes to our relationship. In truth, we don't really know each other that well. It's true, but does it really matter? What matters is that we have amazing days and nights ahead of us. It looks like he's out to grab our bike. And we're going to have so much fun. And as for what comes after that, no one can see the future, so why not? So why care about it? You really know how to make my blood go faster, Cinders. Who knew I'd be chasing after adventures with a pretty girl by my side? I sort of had a hunch about it. Let's see what's behind the horizon, shall we? It's adorable! Oh, let's see what these two say. Oh god, his voice is gonna be all kinds of horrible. Just because I have to switch back. Oh god, this is gonna go great. It's you! Oh god, wrong voice. What do you want? Charming as usual, love. Never big on those social niceties. Guess I can't blame. What do you want? Me? Oh, you know me. I want nothing. I've everything I need, except some information about that pet project of yours, maybe. Listen to me, old man. I have no time to play your games. Ask me and be gone. The girl, love. The little bird who wanted to fly free from her cage. Her? She is none of your business. I'd advise you to stay away from her. None of my business, even after the small, if not crucial part I played in her personal drama. Even you must admit I was a bloody good sport character, eh? Well, that's supporting. And yes, you had your part in all this. Alright, it doesn't really matter now anyway. You must know, all is going well. I'll keep the word I gave to Cinders' mother and help her achieve the goal she chose for herself. Will you, love? That's a tad unlike the gad I remember, bending this gal's path according to your own whim, playing her like your own doll. Weren't you always the one with a mouthful of those nice... Weren't you always the one who with a mouthful of those nice words, like independence? Not so big on practicing what you preach, though. Oh well, methinks it must be difficult to let people make up their own mind when there's so little time and you were in a hurry to run as usual, eh, Ged? I can see what you're trying to do here, and it isn't working. I help the girl with making her own decision. It is hers, as will be the consequences. Some achievement that is. The girl's born pretty as picture, smart as a demon, and protected by friends her mother made, and bound by a dying wish. Now that's a mighty fine start to being independent and making one's own decisions. Bitterness takes the better of you, old man. That it does, madam, that it does. Guess freedom ain't what it used to be, eh, love? Cinders broke from her stepmother's clutches and paved a new path for herself. Now she is truly free to do whatever she wishes with the rest of her life. In my book, that's a success, love. No, you don't really believe she'll keep up with that stout pose for long now, do you, love? We both know what will happen when all her crutches leave her. No Kamasa to blame, no mysterious friend to look up to. The bird will get swept in the wind. But you fulfilled the promise given to her mother, so your conscience is free. Begone, Snake, I've had enough of your chatter. Oh, careful now, love. You don't make the same impression when your voice is all shaky. Must have hit a soft note onto that pretty armor, eh? I need to pack. I'll be leaving soon. Now let me be. Yes, run. Show us the strong and independent spirit you really are. You'll run out of cities one day. I feel like something bad's gonna happen because of that reaction. Oh, hey. Finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life and her stepmother's games, she decided that the only way to find peace is to escape the town and start her life over. Though her travels don't spare her hardships, she finds the sense of her newly found freedom invigorating, and is ready to take whatever life throws at her. At least she's not alone. Captain Perrault decided to leave his old life and duty and take his chance by escaping with a curious girl he hardly knows. They became a pair of adventurers, living a strong but intensive life that will be lauded in tales and songs for years to come. She thinks of her old family sometimes, but receives no news of their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Carmosa and her daughters. These moments of nostalgia quickly pass, though, when she realizes that she lives a new life now, one that would be impossible if she decided to stay. Well, it's the end of the game, guys. She got her fairy tale ending, running away with Perrault, and had a bunch of adventures. I'd say that's a pretty good ending. Not bad. I may play another round of this and start from, like, decision place and maybe choose a different ending. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching, and have a nice night.